Shalom. I'd like to start out by giving all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, or Chakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to the elect of Israel. This is the Mayim in Atlanta, and I've been seeing some articles. First, about the U.S. deploying nukes to the UK for them to be closer to Russia, just in case they had to or needed to use them, which is a form of escalation. And then, second, I've been seeing that Putin and Russia have responded, threatening all out war. And so, this is from oneindia.com. And there's a video here, but we're not going to pay that any mind. We'll just read this little snippet from here. But it says, for the first time since 2008, the U.S. has deployed nuclear weapons to the United Kingdom. So they sent those over there, it seems, yesterday, maybe day before. It says, triggering fears of global escalation. And that whole move there is an escalating move towards World War III in the first place. So, again, the U.S. is stirring the pot. You got, it says, B-61-12 thermonuclear bombs designed for precision strikes via F-35A jets were flown in by C-17s from New Mexico. This marks a major shift in NATO's nuclear posture, placing U.S. nukes just 2,800 kilometers from Moscow. And this could also mark or be the beginning of NATO hating the whore being America or Babylon the Great, because they're basically, the U.S. is pushing these nukes in, or bringing these nukes into Europe, and that's going to make them a target. Wherever nukes are a military target. So that could lead to that, because prophetically, the beast, which is NATO and the EU, are going to hate the whore, which is America, and launch nukes on America as well as Russia, and Russia's bans its different allies. Everybody's going to gang up on America and the state of Israel before everything is said and done. It says this marks a major shift in NATO's nuclear posture, placing U.S. nukes just 2,800 kilometers from Moscow. As Trump grows frustrated with Putin over Ukraine, analyst, I'm guessing that's Warren, it just says WA, the deployment dangerously heightens the risk of direct conflict, possibly World War III. And World War III is going to happen whether these people want it or not. No matter what they try to make it stop or make it not happen, it's just not going to work, because World War III is prophetic and it has to happen. We need it for the kingdom to come after. We need these Gentiles, these heathen, to beat each other up. And then we can have a righteous and well-ordered kingdom. But it's not going to happen until World War III happens. So this is book of Matthew 24 and verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. And these are just rumors of wars that we're hearing. We still need the MOTB to actually go through. We need that made mandatory. And then World War III will really go into effect. It will really be bullets flying and people dying once it actually happens. But we do need the MOTB, which is the micro RFID micro CHIP that they want to put into every single person. And currently we're watching the infrastructure for it being laid with the Genius Act. We're seeing it around the world too, with these different nations trying to take in or bring in a CBDC, and for touchless payments and all these different things, they're all building up to actually have that MOTB. So we need that. But these are just wars and rumors of wars. Ukraine's a war, but it's not the big one. China, Taiwan is a rumor of war, but it's not the big one. This right here with the US shifting nukes over to the UK, it's just a rumor of war. But we need that mandatory micro CHIP to be pushed so that this war can start, World War III. It says, see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. It's not here yet, but we are waiting. This is still significant because it's going in the direction of prophecy, but we want this war to start, because these people need to come out of power. They have ruined the earth. This is Ezekiel 38 and verse 10. Thus saith the Lord power, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought. This is talking of Gog, of the land of Magog. It says it right here in verse 2, Ezekiel 38 and 2. Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him. And say, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. But this is speaking to Russia. And the Lord's saying he's going to put an evil thought into their mind. And here's what it is. And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. That's America. This is that virgin daughter of Babylon. It's an untouched place where everybody is just dwelling in safety without even considering the threat of nuclear war. It says, I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and not having neither bars nor gates. So dwelling in that safety, to take a spoil and to take a prey. So Russia is going to attack America. It says to turn thine hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations, which have gotten cattle and goods, that dwell in the midst of the land. Russia prophetically will attack America with its bands, with all its allies, and NATO and the EU are going to turn on America as well. The beast shall hate the whore. Isaiah 13 and verse 17, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. This is also speaking of Russia against Babylon the Great, America. Which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. And so once the time comes, there's not going to be any sanctions or tariffs placed on them that will be able to stop them or turn them around, or they won't be able to pay them off as well. They won't even be able to give them Ukraine. Their minds will be made up, and it's because the Lord put that thought into their mind for this to happen. It's prophetic. It's going to happen. It says, their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eye shall not spare children. Their bows going into their nuclear missiles. They're going to be shot over here from the ends of the earth, and it's going to penetrate the virgin daughter Babylon, penetrate America, and nobody will dwell here ever again. But before that, the great deliverance will occur, where Yahushua is going to pick up his elect just in the nick of time, with all these Americans, these wicked Americans, watching on, wishing that they were getting picked up because they're about to be burned up. It says, in Babylon, America, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency. They have gloried in America, but it's about to be thrown down. They gloried in wickedness, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. And America even followed Sodom and Gomorrah with its alphabet lifestyles that it's pushed both here in America and around the world. So, act like one, gonna get treated like one. It says, it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. Because America's going to be nuked, and it's going to be a great example of how not to be, a great example of where wickedness dwelt. And it's basically going to be that forbidden zone, like you see in Planet of the Apes. Nobody's going to be going here. It's just a great example of how not to be. But Lord willing, that was edifying. Gotta remember that World War III is still going. There's a lot of stuff going on with these different bills, like the Big Beautiful Bill and the Genius Act and the tariffs and the deportations, but still have to keep an eye on World War III brewing up. So, Lord willing, that was edifying. I'd like to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha, Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect of Israel. Shalom.